Uprooted Theatrical Studios presents The Oresteia, Part 3.
Hi, my name is Madison Bailey, and I am reading your stage directions.
Hi, I'm Chisara Asomugha, and I'm reading for Clytemnestra.
Hi, I'm Joseph Cash, and I'm reading for Orestes.
Hi, my name is Rachel Mackall, and I am reading for Electra.
Hi, I'm Jon Lee. I'm reading for Chorus A.
Hi, I'm Matthew Shortell, reading for Chorus B.
Hi, I'm Tony Choufani, and I'm reading for Chorus C.
Hi, I'm Sophia Toscas, and I'm reading for Chorus D.
Hi, I'm Shelley Kuefner, and I'm reading for Chorus F.
Hi, I'm Amanda Lee Bell, and I'm reading for Chorus G.
Hi, I'm Jake Wallace, and I am reading for Chorus H.
Hi, I'm Samyuktha Viswanathan, and I'm reading for Chorus I.
Act 3. Electra sits on the ground next to Orestes, who is curled, sleeping on Agamemnon's grave. He is having a nightmare and occasionally twitches and makes sounds. Both siblings are blood-spattered, their hands in particular still red. The knife used for the murder lies bloody beside them. Electra speaks.
In the emergency, which has been my life, in the emergency there has been no... What would be the word? I have heard, for instance, of the blue of the sky. It is something one hears about, but I haven't been able to. Through the blinding smoke of all this hatred, I have been tending the crackling furnace I have known so well. The blue of the sky has been unseeable. I have spent my time doing errands for the Inferno. A long, sweaty job, keeping hatred alight. There hasn't been much time for anything else. Years spent stroking that roaring, endlessly hungry mouth. No bird song in the morning. Bell song at night. No. I've heard nothing about the snap and heave of the fire. The smell of bread, of grass, the nape of a baby's neck. That was not for me, with my soot-clogged head and scorched by flame. I have not danced, not once, with the bare-armed girls in their summer, their green world blurring as they spin. I could almost hear the laughter, the pipes, but no, it was not for me. The world. I've been too busy for that. I tended the furnace. And so now, this is what I thought I wanted. He held the knife, it's true, but only because I handed it to him. I made that knife in the furnace, the one I have been tending. Until finally, my furnace blew up. So we sit here, my brother and I, on the cooling ash of its ruins, deafened and blinking in this new raw silence. And we have bad dreams. Well, he does. I don't sleep. There's so many hours in every night, it turns out. Not much to do. So I watch his nightmares. He thinks he'll wake up from them, but he won't. There he goes. And now you watch the rabbit run.
Orestes twitches, dreaming of panicked flight. A chorus member steps towards him.
No, let him sleep. It's only when he's dreaming that he ever gets away from them.
Who?
You know who they are. He's terrified of them.
You mean the Furies?
They work for my mother.
Ah, the help.
Yes.
Like us?
Well, not like you. He says they're judging him. He thinks he sees them.
And do you think he doesn't?
Electra looks around, confused. The chorus are all awake now, looking at her.
Wake gently, brother. All is well, see?
You standing snakes, your eyes are gleaming. Spite, leave me alone. I have nothing left to give to you.
He scrambles on all fours. Electra embraces him from behind and tries to calm him. It is the same position he first held her in, reversed now, and he is terrified, staring at the chorus. He suddenly becomes aware of Electra and looks down at her arms.
Who is this?
Your sister.
Oh, she can't help me. Where's my father?
He's not here.
Well, then no one can help me.
Orestes?
Only Daddy, and he won't.
He begins to cry, closing his eyes and relaxing back into Electra's arms. Act 3. Electra sits...
Stop, sorry about that. The ghost of Clytemnestra. Excuse me.
Back from the dead. It's all good. Wait, Joe, where'd you go?
I gotta leave again. Hold on.
Okay, perfect. No, we're good, perfect. Okay, here we go. Act 3. Electra sits on the ground next to Orestes, who is curled, sleeping on Agamemnon's grave. He is having a nightmare, occasionally twitches and makes sounds. Both siblings are blood-spattered, their hands in particular still red. The knife used for the murder lies bloody beside them. Electra speaks.
In the emergency, which has been my life, in the emergency there has been no... What would be the word? I have heard, for instance, of the blue of the sky. It is something one hears about, but I haven't been able to. Through the blinding smoke of all this hatred, I have been tending the crackling furnace I have known so well. The blue of the sky has been unseeable. I have spent my time doing errands for the Inferno. A long, sweaty job, keeping hatred alight. There hasn't been much time for anything else. Years spent stroking that roaring, endlessly hungry mouth. No bird song in the morning. Bell song at night. No. I've heard nothing above the snap and heave of the fire. The smell of bread, of grass, the nape of a baby's neck. That was not for me, with my soot-clogged head and scorched by flame. I have not danced, not once, with the bare-armed girls in their summer, the green world blurring as they spin. I could almost hear the laughter, the pipes, but no, it was not for me. The world. I've been too busy for that. I tended the furnace. And so now, this is what I thought I wanted. He held the knife, it's true, but only because I handed it to him. I made that knife in the furnace, the one I have been tending. Until finally, my furnace blew up. So we sit here, my brother and I, in the cooling ash of its ruins, deafened and blinking in this new raw silence. And we have bad dreams. Well, he does. I don't sleep. There's so many hours in every night, it turns out. Not much to do. So I watch his nightmares. He thinks he'll wake up from them, but he won't. There he goes. And now you watch the rabbit run.
Orestes twitches, dreaming of panicked flight. A chorus member steps towards him.
No, let him sleep. It's only when he's dreaming that he ever gets away from them.
Who?
You know who they are. He's terrified of them.
You mean the Furies?
They work for my mother.
Ah, the help.
Yes.
Like us.
Well, not like you. He says they're judging him. He thinks he sees them.
And you think he doesn't?
Electra looks around, confused. The chorus are all awake now, looking at her.
Oh,
Wake gently, brother. All is well, see?
you standing snakes, your eyes are gleaming. Spite, leave me alone. I have nothing left to give to you.
He scrambles on all fours. Electra embraces him from behind and tries to calm him. It is the same position he first held her in, reversed now, and he is terrified, staring at the chorus. He suddenly becomes aware of Electra and looks down at her arms.
Who is this?
Your sister.
Oh, she can't help me. Where's my father?
He's not here.
Well, then no one can help me.
Orestes?
Only Daddy, and he won't.
He begins to cry, closing his eyes and relaxing back into Electra's arms.
I'm alone with them inside this madness, all alone. It's so cold with them.
I'm here with you. I will always be here with you.
Same hands. You have the same hands. Did you say my sister?
Yes, Electra.
I have two sisters. Don't I?
There were once two, but only one now. Just me.
Am I dreaming this?
If you are, then I am too.
Do you hear him, too? Whoever that flapping, jerking stick man is raving away, he won't shut up.
Yes, sometimes.
Are you mad too, then?
Yes? No. Just you.
This must be very hard on you.
I would do anything for you. You are all I have now.
So you've heard him, the stick man. Yeah, ran away, something about his mother.
Yes, it's upsetting.
What did he do to her?
He killed her.
No.
In fact, he killed your mother.
My mother is dead?
Yes. And the person who killed her.
There's a knife here. It's bloody. Who left blood on this knife? You haven't seen this knife before. Is this a test? Because it looks like. Is this my blood? No, wait.
Silently, one after another, chorus members fall to the ground in the same way that Clytemnestra fell as she died. Orestes spins around, horrified, as they fall around him.
Oh, wait.
He runs to the last of the chorus members to fall and rolls her over. It is the actor who played Clytemnestra. Her eyes snap open. He recoils, terrified.
Did you think you could get away with it?
No.
As if killing your mother was something a son could just do.
The god I was told, he said I had to.
This god of yours? Where is he now?
He's
Funny how that happens. The gods you think you are serving, when you've done whatever it is you thought they wanted you to do, where are they?
He said.
Yes, well, that's why I've always worked for myself.
She gets up and brushes herself off. She puts a hand out to Orestes, who is still on his knees. He takes it gingerly, afraid of her, and gets up with her aid. Suddenly, violently, she pulls him to her, holds his face in her hand.
Yes, you are right. You see her face. She is everywhere. Get used to it.
She drops him. Orestes scrambles to get away from her, but she pursues him.
It's true. Something is wrong. Something is loose. You can hear it. The stalking weight of it, breaking the small breakables of the forest floor, shattering all that you thought you knew. What is this thing unleashed? What are you? You're unmothered. Bathe yourself eye deep in the waters of the shrine. Plead your prayers by the hour. Crawl up the holy mountain on your raw knees in the blind cold night seeking forgiveness. Will you ever find it for what you've done? You have unmothered yourself. She who brought your body through her own, without her there would be no world. Without her, what are you? Something to be paid. The currency of a crime. And pain is how you are tendered.
He collapses, cowering in panic. She turns from him.
And as for you, you have no queen, you have no gods. Your work is before you. Begin.
Clytemnestra exits.
Begin what?
Our work? What does she mean?
What work have we ever done?
Cleaning? She can't mean.
Does she want us to clean?
Clean this house?
Now?
Can it even be done?
All the blood.
Blood on blood.
Crime on crime.
Until this crime.
This last crime.
Can we clean this house?
What happens if we can't?
That's the question.
No. Something else is being demanded of us. Something
like...
Something problem must be.
him. This man here. The question is, what will we do with him?
That is too great a problem for us to solve. We must wait for the gods to...
The gods have nothing to do with this. He concerns us.
It is for the gods to judge.
If there is a judgment to be made, it seems we are the ones to do it.
Yes, this is a human problem and it demands a human solution.
We are to judge him?
We are all they have.
And he must be allowed to defend himself.
Can he defend himself?
Do you deny that you killed her?
I...
He killed her, that's all that matters.
No one is denying.
He's covered in blood, you both are.
You have to listen to him.
Why?
Because if he never speaks, he will be locked inside his crime forever.
But he is.
But he is locked inside. It's a box made of tin and nails and no light will ever shine into it. That's where he lives now.
He is only his crime now.
He's my brother. I won't abandon him in some box of torment forever. He can't be left alone.
Oh, but he isn't alone. You live there too.
But I didn't... I didn't...
Or you could leave him there. It's up to you.
But neither of you are welcome here anymore.
Wait, this isn't right. This isn't...
Something more has been asked of us than to just...
Before we can decide what to do about him, we have to try to understand this, to know the truth.
We know the truth. It happened in front of us. And my judgment here is guilty. Done.
It can't be so simple.
No matter what they did, they deserve something from us, something like...
What they deserve is justice.
Well, justice. That's the question, isn't it? Because in this family...
We have seen what justice looks like here.
In this house, justice would mean vengeance at the hands of his own child. Isn't that right?
We have no children.
Exactly. There's no one left to hand the family knife to.
Who are you?
Don't you recognize us?
You do seem familiar.
That is precisely what we are. We have known you all your life.
I thought you were the Furies.
We are the servants of the house. We have always been here. You know us.
As much as you've ever known anyone.
And so it falls to us to judge you. You want to be judged, don't you?
Yes.
And we are the only ones left to do it.
Wait, there must be someone who can see things whole, without passion, without...
The gods, perhaps?
I don't know, they can't imagine what it's like to do what they make us do.
It was Apollo who made us do this. It was Apollo who made this happen. You can't choose whether to obey a god.
We saw it all, but we never saw Apollo. We only saw you and your brother and what you did.
It's not our fault.
Then whose fault is it?
Who held the knife?
Who watched and did nothing?
You think we could have stopped this?
There is no blood on us.
No. You who watched my father walk across this yard to his death as I did not, as my brother did not. You who heard his cries for help as he slid into the bloody water under her killing arm. You have no place in this? What if you had stopped her? What if you come inside and done something? You with all your smug certainty and clarity. Where were you when my father was dying in this house? Your house. Would you be here if you had done what surely could have been done, should have been done, when he was killing for your help? And when you saw the murdering exulting over her fresh kill, the man who had been your only king, did you ask yourself how you could have let that happen in your house? No? Then where were you all the 10 years we waited for our future to return? What did you do on the day he did? Did you warn my mother? Did you try to stay my brother's hand? No? You are of this house. You share in our fate, our glory, and our guilt.
We do. We have a part in these crimes. But after the catastrophe has done its worst, someone must judge. That falls to us, because something like justice must be done.
But justice for who? His father? His mother? How can it be for both?
How can it not be?
Justice for him. He is a child to both.
But acted only for his father.
Yeah, but the dead are always killing the living here. The dead are to blame for this.
Only the living are before us now, and a decision must be made.
The crime demands retribution.
But the cycle of vengeance has gone on long enough. The wheel must spin to a stop.
Retribution in kind is the only way, the only means to satisfaction.
Aren't we better than our worst crimes? Are we just going to go on trading blood endlessly back and forth? What is the sense of that? Aren't we tired?
If we let this crime stand without penalty, he wins an unearned victory. Because of all the crimes of this house, his crime alone goes unpunished. What is the sense of that? Is that just?
Harm must be answered with equal harm.
But it's absurd. What are you saying? As the last of the house, must he kill himself to avenge the murder he himself committed?
Perhaps. That makes sense to me.
But it has to make sense to all of us. We will all have to submit to whatever we decide.
How can we? Any judgment will only serve one side.
Kill him or free him, someone will object.
If he goes free, what's to prevent anyone from doing anything at all?
Our obligation is to the victim.
Don't we also owe something to the guilty? Isn't justice also for him?
But he is both, isn't he? Look at him. He is a victim of his own crime.
You're saying he deserves pity, but his mother does not?
He was acting for a higher truth, for a god. His mother was not.
Her husband had killed their child. What truth is higher than the bond between a parent and a child? He deserved to die. She did not.
If anyone deserved to die, it was the one killer who acted only for herself.
But justice must serve him now. Him and his sister. They're the only ones left.
Justice must serve us. We have to find a way forward after what happened here.
Yes, we need satisfaction after what he did.
He did it, yes, but he is one of us. We can't abandon him without abandoning ourselves. And there is no justice without him at the center of it.
If we can't figure out how to forgive him, then we
Forgive him? What?
Impossible.
Whether we forgive him or not, he deserves our help.
He deserves to die. Anything else would be...
This is not some clear-cut...
Can't mean you actually want to...
We are only asking for justice, that he gets what he deserves.
But that's just spite.
You really think death is what's needed here?
More death?
What he deserves is to be brought down exactly
What you
the way...
deserve is to be silenced forever. What you deserve
And
is...
you? What gives you the right to sit in judgment on this?
Because I know what you are, And I know
any more just than
Justice. What we deserve
this is insanity.
that isn't justice, is it? It isn't even.
Silence. No one knows how to proceed at this point.
Justice? I don't know. Maybe that's too great an idea for the likes of us to grasp. I mean, look at us. But still, one part of it might be simple. It could be that it's a matter of everyone being in the same place, a place where each truth is spoken if it can be spoken. And at the end, if we are lucky, perhaps something like meaning can be drawn clean out of this chaos of blood and its claim on us. Is that what you want?
Yes.
Will you submit to whatever of justice we can come up with for you together?
Yes.
You're right. We are none of us innocent here. We are flawed. Each of us is limited by our own needs and fears, and we don't have much power. But we have the power to let you speak, and we have the power to listen. So,
All turn expectantly to Orestes.
I don't know where to. It never felt like something I chose. Like, who would choose this, or something that I could be held accountable. It's something I was born with, compelled before I ever knew who I was. I was a child.
We were all children once, and we were born bloody, but none of us did what you have done.
Let him speak.
Well, there must have been a time before God spilled down in me before he settled like some barbed star in my chest, heavy and shrieking, but I can't remember it. I was so young when she did it, when she killed my father. I was bent over some game on the floor, something I had made myself, but I can't. Oh, yeah. Yes, it was a tower of sticks, trembling, balanced perfectly. Perfect little thing. I was marveling at it, a sort of pride. Wanted to show someone, bring my sister in to admire it, but I didn't want to leave it, thinking that if I had left the room, even if I turned my head away, the tower wouldn't feel the need to exist anymore, that it was just there for me. You see, and it would leave, and it would fall, and it would leave me forever. But the problem was that if no one else saw it, no one would ever believe that I could do such a thing. Conundrum. That's when I heard the screaming. I guess you could call it screaming, coming from above me. Animal sounds, thumps, also water splashing, overflowing and hitting the tiled floor up there, and I didn't know what it was. It never occurred to me that that sound could be coming from anything like a human being. Certainly not my father, the man I'd only really just glimpsed that day, some bearded someone on his way up the stairs. Not for a second did I think that sound could come out of a man. And mostly what concerned me was the shaking. I didn't like the way the thumping was making the house quiver, because the tower. Of course, I was afraid for the tower. But it wouldn't stop, you see, the thumping, like a beast on a chain, stomping, and that sound came out of something's mouth, whatever it was. It just would not stop until I just looked away from my tower. I betrayed it. I looked up at the plaster falling where the water was making a kind of widening sore in the ceiling, a blister that dripped, and it was then, it must have been, just as I understood what the sounds were, their father dying sounds, mother killing, father dying sounds, that I looked back at the tower I had made, that improbable, delicate little thing that no one would ever believe, including me, not now, just displayed meaningless sticks scattered around like trash, no trace of it. Nothing like that could ever happen again. And that's when I felt God's descent, his bright, hot shout splitting the crown of my head and down into me like molten metal. From then on, my life, my body has belonged to him. He gave me a terrible thirst that never went away. It burned me up from the inside and wouldn't let me still, and my hand never stopped aching. I'd put things in it, a spoon, a pen, nothing ever felt right. I couldn't ease the ache, that emptiness, that yearning. And then years went on, until my hand until it found the knife. My hand curled up around it like a snake, tight coil of certainty at last. And then, well, you know what happened.
Is that your defense?
Orestes looks around, confused, as if just coming to.
This dream, I can't wake up from it. I can't wake up.
On the basis of this, we are to pass judgment?
No, wait.
Electra, it doesn't matter. What do you think can protect me from now? The worst has happened and I have done it. Look at us. We are covered in our own mother's blood. What can we really, honestly, truly expect from anyone? What do we deserve?
Justice, but not by blood this time. No more. There has to be another way.
If we let him go, we sanction barbarity.
If we kill him, we participate in barbarity.
This crime taints us no matter how we respond to it.
Never wanted to know this. What we learn here, what we are capable of.
Speakable things.
Is this a test?
This knife, this blood, we want no part of it, any of it.
And yet.
Know this dream.
Terrible. Terrible.
We have heard this dream before.
Terrible. Terrible.
This dream is our dream.
Chorus G picks up a bucket of water and brings it near where Electra is. She takes a rag from her pocket and dunks it in the bucket and wrings it out. She silently gestures to Electra to come to her, or perhaps leads her to the bucket. At the bucket, Chorus G helps Electra to join her on her knees. Chorus G dips a cloth in the water and then simply takes Electra's hands and begins to clean them, one hand and then the other. It's done without drama. It's the sense of a preoccupied mother tending to a child in an ordinary way. Chorus F takes her bucket and places it near Orestes, who, like Electra, joins the chorus member, going to his knees next to the bucket. Chorus F takes his hands and starts calmly cleaning them. The rest of the chorus continue to stand, watching. Orestes quietly begins to weep.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Chorus F doesn't look up, just continues her work.
Forgive me. I'm sorry.
The only sound is the cloths dipping into the buckets, the quiet weeping.
End of play.